Welcome to your magic moon message. This is the peace dealer. The moon is in Cancer and the sun is in Gemini. The moon is actually about to enter Leo, but given the sun is 19 degrees right now, having a solar return tomorrow. My birthday is on the 11th, but my solar returns tomorrow. Given that the moon is now enacting the 30 to 60 degree angle that will spill into the moon in Leo, you are taking the next step of activating these new ideas and you are mindset building. So we are in the process of building our mindset and turning it into a behavioral pattern. The ideas you've activated coming into less than a week from now during the moon in Virgo, and then once again 3 months from now during Virgo season is going to integrate this mindset into habits that will flesh out beliefs you've activated since March. Neptune at the end of Pisces just transcends the supernatural slash metaphysical nature and metaphysical mechanics through your imagination of these beliefs since 2012, kind of denoting the nature of what you believe and how it's matured, how you believe maybe more in possibility that you didn't have the behavior or mindset to really integrate and activate. And that's what makes this cycle post new moon very exciting. We had Jupiter expanding a whole new cycle of our ideas, our ability, capacity to think, the brilliance and creativity and beauty with Venus here. So, yeah, whether you want to call it a fantasy or a think factory, a think tank, fantasy factory, think tank, this is the activation portion of this new moon where you want to be 100,000% focused on these new ideas and not too focused on how to bring this into reality. When the moon is in Virgo, we'll begin to integrate that, but just more so that you're thinking it, that you're aligning every part of your vocabulary, whether it's positive or negative, back to these central thoughts and ideas. They don't have to be just one idea. You want to just be aware, mindful, and conscious of the thoughts you are having. And whether you use affirmations or you just stick to like 5 core thoughts: I'm limitless, my life is perfect, everything's going well in my life, I'm learning from my challenges. No matter what you go through, as long as you take every experience and every thought that you have and you tie it towards the seeds you have sown to activate and build this mindset, that's all you got to do. Everything else, your subconscious, once impressed, will do for you. And this is where the moon in Cancer is deepening the psychic understanding, all right, the cardinal power to add potency to these ideas. Once the moon goes into Leo, the first social sign after the first 4 individuals from Aries to Cancer, we step into the realm of the supers. Leo, representing super strength, applies this potency of emotion with Cancer so that you could take this sincere emotion and feeling and now strengthen it through the fire of courage. So this moon in Leo transit is what's going to take the depth of emotion that just takes the idea and then adds weight to it. It adds feeling to it, which adds power to it. When you feel what you're going to say, when you feel what you think versus just thinking it, the feeling of it adds more depth to it. And based on that depth, we're going to now apply through Leo courage. So you say it with your chest. This courage is the third stage activation we'll talk about during the next Magic Moon message. And this is what's going to prepare you for integration when the moon is in Virgo, where this will already begin to segue into becoming habitual. And it's as simple. So this is that the moon in Gemini, moon in Cancer, moon in Leo. All you have to do while it's the Gemini season is just focus on your idea. Really think. This is a perfect time to practice the law of assumption, because the seeds you are planting during this 0 degree to 90 degree angle from moon in Gemini, of sun in Gemini to moon in Virgo, is you planting and nurturing the seeds. You don't have to be so, focused on forces you can't control. In alignment of this, all you have to do is just focus, no matter what your 3D environment is showing you. And that's where the moon in Cancer is getting ready to oppose Pluto in Aquarius. We're starting off moon in Leo with that opposition, which I'll mention in the next Magic Moon message, but is going to intensify how well you can maintain this mindset in the face of opposition, in the face of collective narratives, collective conscious and unconscious vibrations, forces, energies, thought forms that may, if anything, oppose what you feel. Do you fold, or do you, stay strong? All right. So yeah, this is also preparing to enact a psychic understanding. So, for example, I've been Gemini is all about experimentation. Virgo's is analysis. I've been experimenting with robotic affirmations. I've been experimenting with, just spamming my mindset and not even having to believe what I say, not even having to be aware or fully feel it, just spam it, and I get instant results every time. Like, how would you feel if you knew your word is a magic wand, and when you train your mind and focus, it doesn't mean that everything has to happen at once, but you see the bridge of visitants, you see the shift in how you feel within as you start to embody this, right? So the moon connection with Neptune taps your emotion, right? This intangible element of you, to Neptune 29 degrees, the metaphysical principle of your imagination. And through synchronicities, it's not so that you rely and be dependent on them, but it's enabling you to kind of feel what is connecting, what is flowing, what is shifting. All right. The Taurus signature of this is manifesting the idea through the vehicle and fuel of your emotions. So your word is your magic wand. Your feelings, your chi, right? Your life force, but rather your emotions are like the fuel that empower this magic that you speak. Which is why unconsciously just, stepping into your feelings and just expressing large feelings can manifest certain ideas unconscious to you. So this is helping you streamline your focus to make this more of a conscious experience and process. All right. So, of course, once the moon goes into Leo, you're going to prepare to activate the social integration of these ideas so that you can take the feeling of these ideas and begin to communicate them with others socially, which requires courage to really, say it with your chest. All right. So the moon trine Neptune at the end of Cancer, very potent, very supernatural, very transcendent. It's direct. It's also, given this Leo signature to fully express what the moon conjuncted 29 degrees Pisces now to fully feel. All right. And of course, in the focus of this mindset idea, whereas now you have the idea of what you're thinking as the being who has created what you are creating, and now feeling it with the moon in Cancer, what it feels like to think as feeling is the secret. This is what is gaining traction. The most important part of this facet is from 0 to 90 degrees. the seed is growing through the ground. So that requires not even the faith, just the determination, consistency to keep nurturing it, knowing that the seed will eventually break through when the moon is in Virgo and we have that 90 degrees. So, you're going to see evidence, but this isn't where you look for results. You look for results post-harvest when we're coming into the 10th house signature, right? The third quarter square. So this is where you just want to maintain the agility. You're going to see very quick results of this. When the seed starts to break through the ground, when the moon is in Virgo, it won't be Virgo season where we've now gone 3 months of really ingraining this, but this is the initial sense, just a week after the new moon, where you're seeing the seeds start to break through the ground in the form of now your behavioral patterns starting to take shape, ready to be more reinforced because of this focus and mindset from the new moon until then. And this is where, for those of you who just really, take a good 16 hours, there's someone who took 16 hours to say, and I'm paraphrasing, I have a very stable income, and I'm able to, do what I want to the highest good of all. And he changed his life overnight. All right. He just said it straight for 16 hours. All right. And he became a millionaire overnight. I have direct experience with this. I live in Las Vegas because I needed like 4 figures overnight, and I just let it go to the universe. And in 24 hours, I was able to make that. So I have direct experience with that too. But this is, if you knew that you could impress your subconscious new experiences, what would you focus on and tell yourself? Do you have to spam affirmations for 16 hours? Absolutely not. But do train your thought process, train your mind. The moon that was sextiling Taurus gave a deeper feel for the natural strengthening of these senses, sextile Uranus. And now that all the rest of the personals are in Gemini, while Mars is in Taurus, this is going to ground and strengthen a lot more of the determination of your actions now that Aries has flared up the original direction you're ready to go in. And subsequently, Mars will innovate with Uranus there. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to. Really do hope that you gain more alignment with what the moon in Cancer will help you feel towards the direction in, and be okay with what your shadow tells you through doubts, through fears, through alignments, about, why you want what you want, why you're focusing on this mindset. And of course, allow yourself to be challenged relative to your conviction of maintaining focus. As extraneous forces will attempt to distract you, especially if they gain leverage off of you, staying doubtful of yourself versus actively leveling up yourself. Don't necessarily get tricked by the bravado from other people. They're all talk. All right. People who are about it lead with action first and then talk about it later, if they even talk. So don't get distracted. And then as the moon goes into Leo, this is going to strengthen this, and should be fun, dramatic AF, but fun. All right. And yeah, you guys stay blessed as always. The end of this moon Cancer transit, 29 degrees, is also in manifesting, the potency of this idea and mindset is also going to integrate the max potency, 29 degrees trine Neptune, of supernatural metaphysical potential through your imagination and feeling directly how to direct this. All right. And this is what, with the Gemini sun, will give you an enlightened awareness of what's happening and, what to begin to strengthen as the moon goes into Leo. You all stay blessed. And until next time, peace.